Back to the Jake Asman Show on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need a mortgage that fits your life? Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Jake Asman.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. You can get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, parts, better prices every day. It wasn't easy like it's typically been for the U.S. men's basketball team in the Olympics, but they did get the job done. Team USA won their fourth straight Olympic gold medal in men's basketball on Saturday when they defeated France 87-82, led by Kevin Durant's 29 points. So think about this with Kevin Durant. 2012 in London, gold medal game, 30 points. 2016 in Rio, gold medal game, 30 points. 2021, gold medal game in Tokyo, 29 points, including 21 in the first half to really set the tone. Kevin Durant's the greatest Olympic player of all time, right? He's got 3 gold medals. He's dominated gold medal games. I know Melo has had his run, but now KD's the all-time leading Olympic scorer. Michael Jordan only played in 2 Olympics. Otherwise, we could argue him. But Kevin Durant has really done an unbelievable job these last couple months reminding everyone why he's so damn good. When KD went to Golden State, he was hated. I thought it was a weak move. I'm not going to shy away from that. He joined the team that had come off a 73-win season that had already won a title. He joined the team that just beat his team when they were up 3-1. He didn't need to go. He could have stayed like Giannis did and eventually won in OKC. Just like Giannis just won in Milwaukee. But Kevin Durant has now proven that he's the best player in the world right now, which also why it was so frustrating that he left in the first place to go to the Warriors. But you look at what he just did in the playoffs for the Nets when they were missing Kyrie Irving and James Harden was hobbled. He scores 50 in the Game 5 road win, follows that up in a Game 7, and pours on 48 or 49, and his foot wasn't on the line at the end of regulation, wins the game. And who knows, maybe the Nets end up winning a title. Like, KD put on an all-time performance in that series, even though his team lost. It wasn't his fault. You know, the most recent Kevin Durant stuff we've had has been overwhelmingly positive for his legacy. It's been like a nice reminder why this guy is so good. And if you want a testament to Kevin Durant's greatness, he's playing on an Olympic team with a bunch of alphas, right? You got Damian Lillard on that team, Jason Tatum, a bunch of guys that are the number ones on their own team. And they all defer to Kevin Durant. So on a team full of alphas, he's the biggest alpha. That's how I guess you could put it. He's done a lot to help maybe the perception of him the last couple months. He really has. I think we all knew Kevin Durant's great. We know he's an all-time great. But the way he's playing now, entering now next season, where you know he's going to be a net long-term because he is going to sign a 4-year extension. You look at, what he brings to the table going forward now, and he has a chance, if he wins a ring with the Nets, to really increase kind of his all-time standing, his all-time ranking. He's one of the best players ever. He's certainly the best scorer that I think I've ever seen. I mean, what guy at 7 feet could do what he does? He's a freak. And for the Team USA, basketball team here, good for them. I'll tell you what, I know it was ugly. They lost 2 exhibition games, and they even lost to France in group play, and we were all panicking and whatnot. But good for them to overcome that adversity. I mean, this is a USA team that arrived in Tokyo with only 8 players on the plane because you had COVID issues, and you had 3 guys that were on the roster that were still playing in the NBA Finals in Booker, Holiday, and Middleton. And for them to overcome the adversity and go out there and win, they deserve a lot of credit because they're not being paid to be in the Olympics. They're going there because they want to represent the country, and good for them. It was a great moment for that team over the weekend. And Kevin Durant was special. And it was another reminder why he's so good if you watch that game Saturday. This was Durant afterwards on silencing the doubters.
A lot of people back home doubted us. A lot of people said that it was going to be tough for us to win. And to be honest, they really don't matter, but you hear the noise so much. And we came together and finished it off, which was which is the perfect ending for us. So, we're looking forward to bringing this back home.
Bringing it back home is what they did. And now, do we call Kevin Durant Captain America, Ron? I saw the Brooklyn Nets had a really funny tweet. It was something about, like, not the only Captain America in Brooklyn. They could have tweeted, like, move over Steve Rogers or something like that for all you fellow Avenger fans out there. Anyhow, that was a great performance by Team USA. They deserve credit. Popovich does deserve credit because everyone ripped him early on, myself included. I don't like the way he's a grouch with the media at times, but he went out there and he balled out, or not him, but his team went out there and balled out after losing to France. And you know what? They deserve a lot of credit for that. There's no doubt. And then talk about a great day for Kevin Durant. The night he scored 29 to win the gold medal for the U.S., earlier in the day, it's announced that he's signing a max extension for the next 4 years. So now you wonder, can the Nets sign Kyrie and James Harden to long-term extensions? And then they have their big three locked in place. Because that was the big question with trading for Harden, right? With KD and Kyrie, you never know with them. Would they commit long-term to Brooklyn? And after 2 seasons, albeit only really one where both of them played together this past year, both of now, or at least KD has committed long-term to Brooklyn. Now we wait on Kyrie and we see what James Harden will do.
If they can only sign one, which one should they go after?
Harden. Kyrie gets hurt way too much. I know Harden got hurt in the playoffs, but that was the first time he's really had a significant injury.
And you think I would say Harden as well, just because, maybe injury prone, but also headaches.
Kyrie, man, he's an enigma. We know how great of a player he is, but when he could just decide not to show up to work for 2 weeks, I don't know if I want that guy on my team. I'll take Harden, who despite, his issues here in Houston, the way he left, the guy always shows up and plays. Like, look at James Harden's game log in his career. He very rarely misses any games.
And see that's to that point. I would almost say if I am the Nets, maybe I find a third or fourth player that could make up for a Kyrie. Kind of like, I don't know, I guess get a little bit of a deeper bench, or I don't know, because I don't really see them needing Kyrie when you have Harden and Durant.
Man, it's those are two superstars, global superstars.
I
don't think you need more than Harden and KD if you have the rest of the lineup.
Yeah, if you build it up, I'm not saying like with mediocre players, just better than average. You don't need to go world-class superstar. You don't need to have a triple threat. You just need to have decent players who know their role, who can play the position, who can ball out. I don't think you need more than Durant and Harden leading that group. And Kyrie's on the outside looking in. Probably, trade him, or obviously you can't trade him, but yeah, what team really? I don't. Kyrie's put himself into a position where I don't see a team really wanting him.
There'll be a team that wants him, but he's not going to go to a better situation than the one he's in right now, where they basically let him run the team. Imagine, Ron, you just decided you didn't feel like coming into work for 2 weeks. You didn't have to give an explanation why. That don't fly in most industries, but apparently in Brooklyn it does.
I'm going to try it.
Give it a whirl.
I'm going to see. I'm going to start Wednesday.
Yeah, see how that works. Starting Wednesday. Coming up next, it's our weekly segment with the great Cole Thompson, who somehow, some way, is still awake after hosting on our network this morning till 7 a.m. Eastern. So Cole Thompson from SI giving us the latest on the NFL will join us next in his weekly spot. Stay tuned.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data